The following podcast is rated D for dumb. You're listening to Dumbing It Down with Dave, the fastest podcast on earth. Listen to Dave commute to and from work on the New York State Thruway in his 2008 Kia Rio LX. He talks about pragmatism, truth, happiness, and the search for it all. Join Dave as he asks and tells you how life ought to be. And now, here's Dave.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to the Dumbcast. My name is Dave Canyon. And are you still ready to dumb it down? All right, fantastic. Let's dumb it down together. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you finding the show and selecting it for whatever reason you choose to select it. And it's just great to be here. It's great to have you back. It's been about 30 days since my last Dumbcast. And there's all good reasons for it as usual. So, as usual, I'm consistent with my inconsistency. We're not going to spend too much time talking about it because it's irrelevant. The point is, I'm here today, and it is August 17th. It is 5 days since my birthday. I don't really care about that, but a lot of you do. So, hey, I'm 54. Yeah, finally. It's taken me 54 years to get here. I wasn't really sure if I ever was going to do 54, but I did. So, here I am. Anyway, welcome to the Dumbcast. You know, some people refer to it as a podcast, but I have coined the phrase Dumbcast because it's dumbing it down with Dave. And also, this will be for this year. Maybe not. It'll be my last Coda-Cast. It'll be my last Coda-Cast. I might do one or two more. There's really no rules to the casts that I do. Every show is a podcast. Every show is a Dumbcast. I've done several Coda-Casts. I think episode 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, maybe not 71. I can't remember now. You guys can look it up. It makes no difference. I did some Coda-Casts from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, when I went to Coda-Can 2017. So this is going to be the last one where I address it. It's 30 days overdue, but it's kind of good. It's kind of like a blessing in disguise that I waited this long because I have a lot to tell you, of course. I think if I had done it the day after I got back from Coda-Can, it wouldn't have been as informative. I could have waited a week. It wouldn't have been as informative, and I could have waited all this time. I could have done it this past Sunday. It wouldn't have been as informative. But I waited till today, and I think I'm complete. I think it's going to be as informative and entertaining and compelling as it needs to be. Once again, Dumbcasting on ice. ICE. Informative, compelling, entertaining. All right, so here we go. I did say it was August 17th. It's 9:14, by the way. Let's quickly do a mileage report. For those of you that don't know, I am doing this Dumbcast, this Coda-Cast, today we'll call it Coda-Cast, out of my Kia Rio as I'm returning home from work during my commute. I am leaving Rensselaer, New York. It's right outside of Albany. And I'm on my way back to Saugerties, New York, in my 2008 Kia Rio LX. And I do about 500 or 600 miles a week. And I like to track not only the Coda-Casts with a show number, like this one will be episode 76. I like to give the mileage. So normally I break it down week by week, mileage, and then I give you a total mileage. But it's been so long, 30 days since my last Coda-Cast. I have done thousands of miles, and my tripometer only goes up to 999. So, let's just say it's been several thousand miles since my last Coda-Cast. So let's do the mileage report. Let's bring on the sponsor. We'll do a quick one, and then we'll go on with the show. So this Coda-Cast mileage report is brought to you by Comedy Pipe, comedypipe.com. They do a show called Pipe Dream every Wednesday. I almost said Thursday. Every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. It's been so long. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m., wherever you are in the world, if it's Wednesday at 8 o'clock on the East Coast of the United States, it's time for Pipe Dream, hosted by Mike, also known as 3D, and his co-hosts, different guests every week. It's an open forum, and it's an interactive podcast. You could tweet them. You could email them. You could instant message them. There's a whole bunch of ways of corresponding with the show. But most people just like to listen. They like to listen. It's a fun show. They have a lot of fun. All right, and it lasts about an hour, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. All right, there you go. That's my mileage report, sponsored by Comedy Pipe and their show, Pipe Dream. My mileage to date is 200. This is my 2008, 9 years old, Kia Rio LX, 241,330 miles. 241,330 miles, and I'm still getting 35 miles to the gallon. I'm still pretty much rust-free. Got a speck here or there. My tires are pretty good. I might get a new set. They're a couple years old. I might get a new set before January, just before the snow. I might not. I think I might make it. I don't know. We'll see. But I do about 500 or 600 miles a week in my commute between Saugerties and Rensselaer. It all depends whether I work 4 days a week or 5 days a week. All right, so there you go. And let's take a quick juice breather. I started juicing last night. I have the green drink in my hand. And my wife helped me make it. She really did most of it. I just watched, and I peeled a cucumber or whatever. I did this, I did that, but we did it together, and I'm very happy that she is helping me try to lose a little weight before I take off this Monday, August 21st, for Podcast Movement 2017 in Anaheim, California. What a summer I'm having. What a summer. I went to the drag races back in June. I went to Coda-Can 2017 in Vancouver in July. And in August, I'm going to Anaheim for Podcast Movement 2017. And maybe we'll talk more about that. But let me take a quick juice drink breather. Go ahead and involve yourself. What do you call it? Imbibe in a beverage. I don't care. Have a drink. Take a breather. Take a breath. Eat something. All right, that was good. A little green drink. It's healthy. And actually, this is very delicious. It really tastes like some sort of green lemonade. It's really good. It's got the right amount of lemons and Granny Smith apples in it. Okay. So where are we? All right. So now I'm in Rensselaer. Yeah, I'm getting on the thruway. I'm heading home. Let's talk about Coda-Can 2017. The last Coda-Cast, unless I go to another event this year, which I'm going to try to do in Chicago in October. It's a Region 2 retreat. But that's neither here or there. It's a 3-day, basically, Coda conference. It's not really a conference. It's a retreat. I got to do the logistics. I got to put in for the days off. I got to get the flight. It's going to be a whole what to do. I really would love to go. Now that I've done Coda-Can 2017, next year in June is Coda Haven 2018, and then the year after is France, which my wife is going to go to for sure. I think everybody is going to bring their spouse or somebody. You can't go to France alone if you're connected to somebody. That's not cool. You go to France, whoever you know is going with you. That's got to be the way it is. Husbands and wives, boyfriends and girlfriends, and best friends and all that other good stuff. So 30 days ago, just about, I came back from Vancouver, British Columbia. I did Coda-Can 2017, and I was quite involved. I did everything. I actually stayed awake all 4 days. I arrived Tuesday? Yeah, I arrived Tuesday. So I pretty much stayed awake 21 hours a day. Boy, all this talking's got me thirsty. I haven't done a Coda-Cast in so long. I'm talking, it's making me thirsty. I gotta have a drink. So I stayed awake 21 hours a day. I had such a great time. It was truly the best vacation I've ever had. The best vacation I've ever had, bar none. There's no vacation I've ever taken in my life that was as much fun and as rewarding and in every way possible as emotional, as loving, as satiable, or whatever. I don't know the word. It was just so fantastic. I can't wait to the retreat. If I go to that and Region 2, if I could, I'd go to all the retreats. And I can't wait to Rhode Island, to Coda Haven, and Paris in 2019. I made some good friends. I met a friend named Alan. He's going to be my roommate in Rhode Island. He was a great guy from, I think he's from Ohio. I don't remember a lot of the details. It's been 30 days removed. But also, Helen. Thank you, Helen, for being the first fan that I've ever met live. She actually has commented on Facebook, and then I met her. I don't know if she likes the show. She really didn't say positive things in person, but then again, we really didn't get a chance to talk, and I'm not going to hock or chinik about it. I'm not going to say, hey, Helen, you like the show? Hey, Helen, hey. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bother people like that. That's kind of rude. So I let people volunteer information. There's another man who I need to mention. Another another person from Coda. And my apologies to you. I forgot your name. I don't prepare for the show, and I don't have my Facebook information in front of me. But I think his name was Rod. For some reason, I'm thinking his name is Rod Scott. I don't know why I'm mentioning last names. I didn't mention Helen's last name. But anyway, I think his first name is Rod. If I'm wrong about the last name, oh well. My apologies. But he also has commented to me. He likes my Brooklyn accent, I think. Anyway, for whatever reason you like the show, for everybody and anybody, thank you for commenting on Facebook. Thank you for commenting in the comment section here on the Spreaker app. Or I guess I'm supposed to say, if you're listening to me on iTunes, you're supposed to leave me a 5-star. I'm supposed to ask you for a 5-star review, and it helps me in iTunes. Whatever. I'm not doing this for all those reasons. But it'd be nice for everybody and anybody to support me in the best way possible. And I think I'm going to be talking more about that in my next episode. I already have that all planned out. So thank you for whatever it is that you do. I guess I'm just supposed to be appreciative that you listen. Not just to Helen and Rod, but to everybody. Thank you for listening. If you could do more than listen, I greatly appreciate it. If you don't know what you can do, which is more than listening, contact me on Twitter at dumbwithdave, at dumb, D-U-M-B, with Dave. You can email me at dumbingitdownwithdave@yahoo.com. It's really easy to remember. It's the name of the show, dumbingitdownwithdave@yahoo.com. I'm on Google+. I'm all over the place. And you can comment here on the Spreaker app or on my app. My app is available in Android and iOS. Although at this time, August 17th, my show is not available on Android. I don't know what happened. It's available on iTunes, but it's not available on Google Play on Android. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I went looking for the show the other day. It doesn't exist. You can't download the app right now, which is a shame because I paid for it. I don't know why it's not downloading. All right, so thank you, Helen. Thank you, Rod. Thank you, Alan, for being a good friend and letting me be your roomie in Providence, Rhode Island, 2018 for Coda Haven. So my summation, what is this final Coda-Cast going to be about? Well, I had a great time. I did a lot of hugging. They broke me down. I'm not a big hugger, but I am now. And it felt great to hug a lot. It helped. It was great to be validated. Somebody posted in Coda-Can 17, if you could just describe Coda-Can 17 in one word. For me, it was validation. My feelings are valid. My thoughts, my ideas, my existence as a human being is valid. I'm not less than, I'm not more than. I'm different. And I'm unique because I was raised by deaf adults. It's different. It's very different from almost any other childhood you can imagine. And I felt validated. And it was great to speak to so many people. And you heard the phrase a lot, same but different. Same but different. I like that. That we're all the same but different because we all come from children of deaf adults. I met a woman from Korea, which was exciting. A fantastic woman, very brave. There was two of them, I think. There was two ladies that came from Korea. There was a couple of sisters that came from Germany. I don't remember anybody's name, but they were all fantastic. There was brothers from California. I think they were no, they're not triplets, but there were 3 brothers. They're like the Bradys. Bobby, Mike and Peter or whatever. Greg. They were like 3 brothers from California. They were great. They were great guys. Austria. I met a woman from Austria. What was it? 5 continents, 31 countries or something like that was represented. It was fantastic. Everything was done well. The food, the hotel, the breakout sessions, the people, the facilitators. I don't have a complaint. I don't have one complaint. Not one bit. Except it was too short. I really wish we could have stayed another day or 2. I really wish I did. I wish I had stayed and decompressed for another day or 2. I'm going to do that in Rhode Island. It's going to be over Sunday afternoon. I'm going to leave Monday. I'm going to stay in Rhode Island until Monday. I met great people, all great people. 99%. There was 1 or 2 people that was like, I got to get out of here. This is a weird or bad situation. Usually involving alcohol. But otherwise, it was great. And I can't wait to go back. So what did I get out of it other than validation? Well, I got a whole bunch of friends, I guess. We're all long distance. So for me, I'll do the best I can. They're all long distance. All my friendships are long distance. So we talk on the phone, we text, whatever. I do a lot of responding on Facebook. I try to stay in touch with people. I try to, just be a good person and be the best friend I could possibly be. I was very engaged the whole weekend, the whole week. I did every breakout I could. I was at every meal that I could. I did everything that I could. And I try to talk to as many people as possible. I totally networked. Didn't really talk about the show. It's not about that. It was all about being a coda. And it was great. So, what was re-entry like? They were talking about re-entry. Re-entry was a little difficult. It's more difficult for some people than it is for others. And literally for me, I had a re-entry on United Airlines. That was very difficult. On the way there, we had 2 services. There was like a breakfast service, not like a religious service, with beverages and snacks. And then there was an afternoon one. There was 2 of them. It was great. This one, there was one. There was one like an hour into the flight, and then they shut off all the lights, and I sat in my little corner because I'm too heavy for those economy seats, and it was extremely uncomfortable, and there was no air. I was playing with that thing up in the ceiling, trying to get air into my face, and I was suffocating. I really was very uncomfortable. I was feeling like I was suffocating. There was no second beverage service, which really upset me. And I tried to sneak some beverages on the plane, and they got me at customs. And then they left me 1 bottle. I had 3 bottles. They left me 1 bottle of water. Somehow they didn't see that. And I drank that pretty early on in the trip. And I had a whole bunch of snacks. Which was good. But I just needed air, and I needed more water. We needed a second beverage service, and it didn't happen. So and I was overweight, which I still am today. And I'm going to be flying on the same exact type of plane, an economy, and it's going to be tight. I was really like a half inch to an inch away from extended seatbelts. So my re-entry physically was somewhat difficult. Hold on, let me take a juice break. Anyway, and then I sat in my kitchen with my wife the next morning. Or was it that morning? I can't remember. And I had a really good cry. I think it was that morning. I think I came home from Newark Airport. I think I showered. I can't remember. It might have been the next morning. I don't know how much I slept or whatever. I just don't remember the details. All I know is at one point I was in the kitchen with my wife, and I started explaining to her a little bit about Coda, and I really started to bawl. I really was bawling like a little baby. It was very cathartic. I missed it immediately. I missed being there. I wanted to be back. I wanted to have more Coda friends in my life. physically in my life, it's going to be hard because I live in Saugerties, so I'm far away from everything. So re-entry was difficult physically on the plane. Emotionally, it was a little difficult, but not difficult like I'm Papillon and I'm in a French Guiana in prison. It wasn't like that. It was just emotional, but good emotional. These are good emotions. It wasn't like I saw a murder, or something horrible. It was all fantastic, and it felt good. It really felt good. As sad as it felt, it was the best sad I could possibly have felt. That's pretty good for Coda-Can 217. It's the best sad I've ever felt. And was it the saddest happy I've ever felt? I don't even know. That I can't even figure out. Yeah, it was kind of the saddest happy because I knew it wasn't going to last, and well, it doesn't. I don't want people to say, Dave, it's going to last forever. I know it's going to last forever. It's just I don't live near Codas, and I don't have friends really where I live, and I'm not even sure if I have friends where I don't live. I'm going to talk about that on the next episode. It's a big problem I'm having again. I've had it before. I guess it never went away, but recently it's just come back to haunt me. And I made a list, and episode 77, I think we're going to talk about it. I don't know. I can't make any promises, but I'm not thrilled with my friendships, which I've talked about before. But we'll talk about it maybe another episode. This one is all about re-entry. Coda-Can 2017 re-entry. So after I bawled with my wife, I took a shower or whatever. It must have been the day I got back. I took a shower after I bawled. I bawled for like 10 minutes. She was really touched. I don't think she expected me to have that reaction. To be sitting in the chair at my kitchen table and just having my head in my hand and I was crying. So, for a 54-year-old man, I think that's pretty big to admit something. It was that emotional. I wanted to go back. I wanted to go play with my friends. That's really what it was. I wanted to go back and play with my friends. It was different. It was different than growing up in Brooklyn with those friends. I don't have a connection to those friends anymore. I really don't. Not one drop of connection. The connection I had with these people, like Alan, like so many names of people, Kathy, Becky, so many. And if I don't mention your name, please don't fault me. I'm 16 hours in. I'm exhausted. Wendy. I didn't forget you, Wendy. Julie. Just unbelievable people. Unbelievable stories. I love them all. I haven't said that about my friends almost ever, but I can say that about my Coda friends. I do love them all. They're fantastic. And I would love to spend more time with them. And I'm sure I will. I'm going to try to go to the retreats, and I'm definitely going to every Coda conference I can possibly go to. I hope this organization is financially strong and ready to go and move on. It sounds like they are. I went to a business meeting, which was kind of interesting, and I think they're going to be okay. Anyway, so after I had the good cry, I think I showered and we went for a walk. And my wife and I talked about it for several days. She was great. My wife was fantastic to be so supportive and ask me questions. She didn't judge. She listened. She watched me cry. She watched me laugh. She watched me laugh and cry and laugh. She was so happy for me because she knows how important it was for me. And it was very important. I didn't know it was going to be that important, but it was important. Like I said, the validation was fantastic. I just can't believe how validated I felt. It was good. That was really the word. I can't think of anything else. And to meet all these women, which is not a common thing for me, to meet women and to be friends with them. To be friends with women, yeah, but I don't meet women. I'm a truck driver. All I meet is disgusting men all the time. Somewhat unintelligent, out of shape, disgusting, ignorant men. That's usually what I commingle with, I guess, or whatever. Not you, Mark. You're not that disgusting. But, you have disgusting potential. You know that. So do I. Anyway, so For anybody who's not familiar with the show, Mark is my truck driving buddy who's now living in Mobile, Alabama. And we talk all the time. And he's been a nice supporter of this of this Dumbcast, of this Coda-Cast. He's not a social media guy, so he doesn't post and share and repost. But anyway, but he does listen, he does comment, and we do talk about my shows. So amongst many, many, many other things. So the last thing about Coda-Can, I guess I can go on about it, but the last thing was my father and I, but we haven't had the greatest relationship, came up to visit me this weekend, this Monday and Tuesday. Today is Thursday. He was here Monday and Tuesday. And it was a dread, like it's always a dread when he comes to visit with his wife, my mother. But this time was a little special because I've always been yearning for father and son activities, and he doesn't seem to need it as much as I do, or at all. You know, one of the things about Coda with the parents is it's usually about them, because you're always interpreting, you're always concerned for them, their well-being, so on and so forth. But this time he came up, and although we did pay a little bit of attention to his needs and certain things that I had to help him with, he was really great about helping me with my attic and my garage. We spent a lot of time Monday and Tuesday cleaning my garage, which hasn't been really cleaned in 20 years. And we did an okay job. Not a great job, because I bailed. I got so tired. I got so sick of it. But Tuesday, we went back for more, and we did the attic. We did the attic, which was really disgusting. My attic is horrible. It's a really disgusting, overflowing with junk and mice nests, and just a really bad situation. But my father spent a lot of time with me, and he was relentless. He was determined to clean my attic and my garage. And he actually called me last night to make sure I went and got some rat poison. He wanted me to promise I was going to get mouse poison, whatever you call it, and put it all around the attic and make sure that I keep mice out and all that good stuff. Now, listen, there's a part of me that's going, well, you know, the cynical part of me says, yeah, but Dave, he's putting more stuff in your attic. So he helps you clean it, but he's going to put more stuff up in there. And yeah, that's true. He is going to bring me more stuff and whatever. He's 80 years old. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to tell him? No, I got room. There's room in there. It's just, you know, if you own a house and you got an attic, you're not crazy about other people putting their stuff in your attic. So, anyway, he helped me, and that was a nice experience, spending time with my dad in the attic. It wasn't a father and son moment like I've been craving, but, you know, for 54 years. But nonetheless, it worked out. And I want to thank Trudy from Region 1, who was very helpful before, during, and after, offering me some encouragement, using my Coda experience to get through it. And it helped. And it came out really good. My attic is way cleaner. Probably, 75 to 80% cleaner than it's ever been. Organized, mouse dropping free, nesting free attic. And I got a little bit more work to do, but it's looking better than it ever has. And so is my garage. And it was nice to do it with my dad. I wish he had been here 20 years ago to do it, but that's not the way it worked out. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, one last juice drink. All right, that's about 20 ounces. Anyway, I'm looking forward to more. That's, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me at Dumb with Dave, Twitter, at Dumb with Dave. Email dumbingitdownwithdave@yahoo.com. The website's horrible, dumbingitdownwithdave.com. Also, the email is dumbingitdownwithdave@yahoo.com. Yeah, I did say that. And you can comment here on Spreaker or on iTunes. And if you don't have my app, look for my app. Oh, don't drive off the road, Dave. I can't tell if I have a minute or if I have 30 seconds. 20 seconds. All right, that's it. Episode 76 in the books. Episode 77 coming up hopefully soon before I leave for Podcast Movement 2017. Goodbye. Good day. Good night. Good luck. good riddance, Godspeed, and great skills. Take care, everybody. Thanks for listening. I appreciate your support. Bye.